Heather Harry, today's the full moon in Cancer. I still am in Cancer. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm pretty sweet. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm like guess I could say I'm a MILF. I'm told that today is an optimum day for releasing. Now, of course, we never want to force releasing, but that just may naturally be what's coming up today. So I thought, why not do, a channeled energy adjustment to support that process? So we have Archangel Raphael here. If you would like to participate in this, stick around, pop a squat, get comfortable, set the intention to receive. It's already happening. It's all coming up. So without further ado, I already recorded it. I already did it, you guys. Let's get started. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. What he's showing me is, okay, so let's go through this first part together. Go ahead and set the intention to open and activate your heart space. And it's almost like opening it up. And then go ahead and invite Raphael, Archangel Raphael, into your heart space. I'm seeing him as a green light. And just allow him to allow yourself to just feel his energy moving into your heart space. And that green light that represents him just gets bigger and bigger, enveloping more and more of your heart space. It's almost like as you move throughout today, maybe you are setting the intention to do some releasing along with the energies of the full moon. Maybe you're not. Either way, this is helpful, but it's almost like as this energy moves across your being, your essence, every cell, it supports this process that helps gently push anything out that no longer belongs there. It helps transmute anything that's ready to be transmuted. That's not to say you can use this as a way to bypass any of the internal work, but this is just meant to be a supportive resource to help you along the process. Go ahead and put your hand on your heart. So the way this works is I act as a conduit for whatever higher dimensional beings I'm working with. So you could think of it as Archangel Raphael is now sort of guiding my movements in my hands, just to help facilitate your energy adjustment. Right now we're just, I feel that this feels like when we let in energies into our physical vessel, there's sort of, has a higher frequency, right? And so there's a period of where we're sort of just adjusting to allowing that higher frequency to be in our body. And that's sort of what it's feeling like we're still doing right now. This is just like a collective adjustment period to this frequency. So just take deep breaths. Yeah, he's just saying he'll be a guide throughout your healing, releasing process. He's almost just like him moving throughout your vessel acts as a light. As you move through whatever you're being called to release. It's almost though like you allowing his light into your body is what's going to sort of like activate and push out whatever is ready to be released. Yeah, they're saying don't like, through this allowance of his energy into your space, you won't have to do, it's less of like an actively I have to do something to help this release and more of like just sit back and allow it to happen throughout the day. Set the intention to allow it to happen throughout the day and just sit back and like, don't force it. It will just happen on its own if it's supposed to. Okay, he's gonna do a little bit of adjusting now. Just expanded your energy field, so it definitely feels a lot more comfortable in here now. There's more space to hold his frequency and just more space for moving through whatever you need to move through. Okay, we're up in the throat chakra. Hearing this cat? Oh my goodness. Wow, okay. Let me pay attention because whatever they just shifted and adjusted, it feels so much better in our field now. Feels much more relaxed. I'm saying they now because they did let me know that the person I primarily work with that's doing the movement, I've said this before, she's like an 8th dimensional Syrian being, but she's the one who's a specialist with like the energy field and stuff like that, but we call in the energies of angels, ascended masters, whatever. So Raphael was leading that first part, and now it feels like he's still here, obviously, but my usual gal pal is letting me know she's doing these movements. And I think because I was like, is it necessary for me to say this? I think it's important to know, like, just from a consent perspective and from like a, law of free will perspective, it's important to know who you're receiving energy from. And if, and if we started with Raphael and then it switched, it feels like she just thought it was important to note that. So it just feels like now it felt very like, I felt more calm, like they did an adjustment to like create appropriate space, and now it feels like they're sort of reactivating this area from our heart up to our throat chakra, and now they're like shifting to allow that frequency to like move throughout. It feels like the purpose of this is as we bring in higher frequency energy, it sort of, for lack of a better term, forces the process of any lower or more dense energies to begin the process of moving or transmuting. They're showing me to let you all know, again, if you feel like you are going to go through a process today or are setting the intention today to do some releasing along with the energies of the full moon, to call on your higher self. And I have more to say on this, but for the sake of this video, I guess, you could just do this very simply by just saying I call on the energy of my higher self, my highest expression too. I call upon the energy of my higher self, my highest expression, and ask that they take up space in my physical vessel and move to the forefront of my being. And ask that we merge closer and closer together until there is little separation between us, until there is no separation between us. And ask for her help, her support in moving through these energies today. We're his. We're there. Something like that. But they're just noting to call upon your higher self to help you move through these energies. It feels like whoever's watching this is collective. We have some stuff in I would say mostly our hearts and our throats to release or move through or transmute today. We now have like a feline energy that wants to offer some of their energy. They're just showing it to me as like a big lion. And these are energies of like strength and courage as you face what needs to be faced today. And not just today, this is applicable to any time as we move through shadows, but they just want to offer strength and courage. So adding that frequency into our field. They're saying the energy they just provided will also help with support with transmuting. And just adding in some final balancing to our fields. Alright, well, that's it. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you enjoyed it. If nothing else, I hope you got a nice, peaceful 20 minutes to yourself. And happy new moon, happy releasing, if that's what you feel called to do, or if that's what naturally happens. Don't set any sort of expectation for yourself, especially after this. Like, just because the astrology of the moon says that's what's good to do today doesn't mean that's what's good for you to do today. Just allow whatever wants to happen, all right, guys? All right. If you'd like to book a one-on-one session where we do stuff kind of like this, but a little more technical and more specific to you and your needs, go ahead and book a session. Link in bio. If you have questions about it, find me on Instagram at professionalvibebringer, and go ahead and send me a DM, and I'll answer your questions, okay? All right. Love ya.